So Eddie, why the Oyster World Rally? What really appealed to you about it?
Not 100% sure,
Okay.
but I had it somewhere in my bucket list that, hey, it'd be a cool thing to do. But there were a couple of things going through my head, obviously some obligations that I had in business or contractual ones. Also, not an easy task to convince your wife that you were going to head away for 14, 16 months. And, you know, with trepidation, you'd say to her, do you fancy it? And to my total surprise, she said, actually, it'd be quite cool, but I'd have to think about it. And she came back with 2 requests, which I thought was actually very fair.
Okay.
And she said she wanted one to do a full photography course,
Okay.
and the second one that she wanted to learn how to dive, but also to take photographs underwater.
Sure.
So the rally, I was juggling in my mind, how do I fit all that in? Because there was an obligation with BBC, I'd signed a contract, I was doing Top Gear at the time as well a little bit, and I was on the board of the private bank of Citibank. So a lot of things that I needed to juggle. And but you know, the thing is, it's so easy to put things off, and particularly for a long planned trip such like the World Rally and sailing around the world. But that became the key focus point, that how am I going to juggle these other things? It's not a question of can I, it's how am I going to do it, because I am going to do it, so I need to be positive. And as you well know, you work the stops, so as I was able to jump off, jump into very, very long flights to the various different Grand Prix, do the Grand Prix, do the Top Gear, and still juggle the stuff with City. And just get on and do it, because it's so easy. It's so easy to put things off, and you know, you must never put those things off. Think about it and just think of the joy and the opportunity of being able to tick the box of that bucket list.
So Eddie, what would you say to somebody that might be watching us now and thinking, oh, it sounds great, but you know, we're kind of on the fence. We're not sure, should we go for it, should we not? What would you say to that person?
Well, I was in my 60s when I decided to do it, and well into my 60s when we did do it. And on reflection now, at my age, 74, would I do it again? Absolutely. It's magnificent.
So Eddie, tell us a little bit about living aboard Lush, especially with your guests and your family.
If I was going to do the World Rally, I needed something to have a bit of space, a bit of comfort, but at the same time a performance boat. And so having been in Formula One and with still good connections with my design team, I looked at the new 885 that they had under construction, spoke to Rob Humphreys several times, did a few little tweaks on it that I wanted to see in terms of speed or performance, but also in terms of application, which we could have the ideal boat that would give us all the things that we needed going around the world. It happened to be the transom, and of course then we did the dugout thing in the tender well, and that particularly worked really well for me, and I think it's now, even to this day, along with the seascape windows and stuff, it's been an amazing boat. That 885 for me, it's going to take one hell of a boat to actually pass that out.
So you mentioned like the swim platform, like what sort of things did you work with Oyster specifically on that?
Well, I think with 4 kids, I was mindful that I wanted to have a bigger platform where you could hang off the toys if they wanted to, or in the evening, if it was flat calm, you could have a little place to eat and put a little table, and barbecues were there, and you know, there was an amazing amount of stuff. I think the platform, the bigger the platform in lots of ways is a huge coup for a boat manufacturer, but the size of the boat was perfect because you've got 4 cabins, all en suite, and so Of course, it's never quite the same as a big rambling house. I mean, a boat has to be in size, structured in such a way that it gives all of the access, gives all the comfort, and that's what the 885 did. It gave you speed, comfort, style. It had that design and look about it that it was very special. Sandblast was different because I'd never come across anywhere like that. How lucky have we been to be able to be, you know, the freedom, the fresh air, just different planet, different world.